In this video, we are going to be going over an article in The Guardian where Royal Canin is blatantly lying to you. So let me get this very clear. The pet food industry is not out there for you. They are just out there for themselves. And in this video, I'm going to explain why you should always scrutinize and revise everything you get told and everything you get pitched. In this article, a vet gets paid by Royal Canin to write up a sponsored article to appear nationwide. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of companies do it, and that is a valid marketing tool. However, the crux of the matter come when this so-called vet and so-called expert starts mixing things and letting you down in terms of what you need to look out for when it comes down to food. So he makes two very clear mistakes in my opinion. So in the article, he gets certain things right and certain things wrong purposely in order to suit Royal Canin's agenda. So he acknowledges the fact that cats are carnivores. What does that mean? It just means that cats do not need anything other than meat to survive and thrive. They are 100% carnivores and they do not need any other macronutrients such as carbohydrates, for example. They can get all they need from 100% meat. However, this gentleman goes on to say that cats need a complete and balanced diet providing protein, carbohydrates, fats, minerals, vitamins and fiber. Now, nothing wrong with minerals, vitamins and fiber and fats. However, he has just acknowledged the fact that cats are 100% carnivores. But in order for Royal Canin to sell their products, which are packed with carbohydrates, and you can check this by reading the ingredients on the back of any bag of food they make, they have to tell you that cats will need carbohydrates in their diet in order for their diet to be balanced. This is a blatant lie and a misconception. So this is yet another example of the pet food industry trying to manipulate what you consume as a consumer in order for you to say, right, these guys know what they're talking about, I'm gonna buy their products. Remember that, as the gentleman in the first instance claims, cats, they do not need carbohydrates whatsoever. That is 100% biologically correct. However, he then contradicts himself in the following paragraph, including the word carbohydrates. Why? Because Royal Canin contain high amounts of carbohydrates. That is number one. The second thing that I really didn't like and that has infuriated me, to be quite honest with you, is the line where he says that dogs thrive on grains and vegetables. Dogs biologically can digest some plant matter and some carbohydrates. They do not secrete amylase, which is an enzyme that breaks down carbohydrates in their mouth. So any starches they cannot break down in their mouth. However, they do secrete some amylase internally in the pancreas and kidneys in order to break down some carbohydrates. Now, a lot of these companies, however, will then take that minor some amylase, some ability for the dog to break down the carbohydrates and load up their bags of food with 60, 70, 80, 50% carbohydrates, wheat, corn, barley, soya, that sort of thing. Things that aren't biologically appropriate for a dog. If a dog could eat rice or corn or wheat, they would be able to chew food, but they cannot biologically chew food. They are not designed to chew. So that's a clear indication, in my opinion, that they should not be getting a lot of carbohydrates or a lot of vegetables, and they should be getting more meat. So that's another clear indication, in my opinion, that this gentleman has it wrong. And again, Royal Canin, in order for them to sell you their products, they have to tell you that dogs thrive on grains and vegetables. Coincidentally, a lot of the problems I see day in and day out come from dogs on these very diets. Cereal-based diets, grain and grain-free diets, which are then packed with carbohydrates and packed with vegetables, and which lack the protein sources that dogs crave so much. Remember that a dog largely eats meat and needs to eat meat, and that's how they thrive and tend to be happier and lead better lives. And a lot of the modern problems that dogs have, dermatitis, pruritus, periodontal disease, talking about pancreatitis, diabetes, obesity, they all come from having dogs on excess carbohydrates forever. And that's not the right way to do it. That's really not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is to feed the dog a biologically appropriate diet, which consists on things that cost money. And meat costs a lot more money than grains or rice or potato, for example. So if you see a bag of Royal Canin or any other brand, I highly encourage you to read the ingredients, and I highly encourage you to do your own research. And we have an independent chain of pet shops, and we could sell Royal Canin, and we could sell all sorts of things, and we could side with the pet food industry, and we could tell you that Royal Canin is an amazing brand, and we could make more money doing so. But we don't out of principle. Why don't we do it out of principle? Because the ingredients and what's behind that brand and that sort of way of thinking doesn't align with your dog's or your cat's best interests. So my advice would be for you to always read the ingredients, and if you see something generic like animal fats or maize gluten meal, to put the food down and not buy it. So irrespective whether it's Royal Canin or it's another food, your dog is designed to eat meat and needs meat in order to be happy and to lead a really happy life. If you want to shop good food, we only sell good food out of principle. Remember, we could sell all sorts of things and tell you they're great, but we won't because I don't believe in it. And because I don't believe in it, we're not going to do it. So if you want to shop good food, you can check the link below, thepetquarter.co.uk, next working day delivery. Any questions, please let me know. Please give the video a like, and I'll see you in this next one.